My name is Nurul Hafiza binti KHAIRUN. My metric number is 298205. Today I will present about factors influencing energy drink consumption among undergraduate students at University of Malaysia, focusing on economic factors such as price, income, and substitute goods. This study begins with the background of energy drink consumption among university students. Energy drinks have become increasingly popular because they help students stay awake and improve concentration, especially during long study hours and examination periods. These drinks contain high levels of caffeine and sugar and are easily available on university campus. In Malaysia, affordable prices and easy access have contributed to higher consumption among students. However, despite the increasing consumption, the study focused on economic perspectives such as price, income level, and the availability of substitute drinks. There is also limited research focusing on Malaysian university students, which create a clear research gap. Based on this gap, the problem addressed in this study is the increasing demand for energy drink among university students without a clear understanding of the economic factor behind it. Students may change their consumption based on price changes, their income level, and the availability of cheaper substitutes such as coffee, tea, or soft drink. However, it's still unclear which factor has the strongest influence on their consumption decision. Therefore, this study is guided by three research questions. First, does gender affect how price, income, and substitute availability influence energy drink demand among UN students? Second, does different sources of financial support affect this economic factor? Third, there is a significant relationship between price, income level, substitute availability, and energy drink demand. In line with this equation, the study has three main objectives. The objectives are to examine the effect of gender, to analyze the impact of different sources of financial support, and to determine the relationship between economic factor and energy drink demand. Finally, this study focused on undergraduate students at University of Malaysia and examined three main economic factors, which is price factor, income level factor, and the availability of substitute good factor. The findings of this study are important as they help explain student consumption behavior using basic economic concepts and provide useful insight for university and policymakers to plan better pricing strategy and promote healthier choices among students. Next, Chapter 2 I focusing on theory of demand to explain how university students decide to buy energy drink. According to this theory, demand depends on three main factors, which is price, income, and the availability of substitute. First, price. The law of demand states that when price increases, the quantity demanded decreases. Empirical studies confirm this, which is students with lower income reduce consumption when energy drink price rise, while students with higher allowance or part-time jobs are less affected. Discount, promotion, and campus sale temporarily increase demand, showing that students respond actively to price changes. Second, income also influences demand. Students with higher income tend to buy energy drink more frequently and may even choose premium brands. Low-income students are more selective, often buying energy drink only during stressful periods like exam or switching to cheaper alternatives. This demonstrates a positive correlation between income and consumption. Third, availability of substitutes play a significant role. When cheaper or more accessible drinks like coffee, tea, or isotonic beverages are available, students often switch from energy drink. Empirical studies show that regular coffee drinkers are less likely to consume energy drink, confirming the substitution effect predicted by the theory of demand. Next, this chapter explains how the study was conducted to investigate the factor influencing energy drink consumption among UN students. The study focused on three independent variables, which are price, income, and the availability of substitute, and how they affect the demand for energy drink. A quantitative descriptive survey design was used to collect data on student consumption pattern, preference, and perception. The target population was 19,686 undergraduate students, and a sample of 377 students was selected using convenient sampling to represent different colleges and faculties at UUM. Data was collected through a 47 question structure questionnaire divided into 5 sections, which is demographic, income, price, substitute, and demand, with a 5-point Likert scale to measure response. The survey was conducted online via Google Form over 2 weeks, and this slide shows a few questions from each variable. For data analysis, independent sample t-tests were used to compare demand between gender, when V ANOVA examined different across income sources, and multiple regression tested how price, income, and substitute predict demand. This methodology provides a systematic and valid approach to understanding how the 3 key economic factors influence student energy drink consumption, supporting the theory of demand and ensuring reliable and accurate findings. Chapter 4 presents the data analysis and research finding to answer the research question and meet the objective of the study, which aims to determine the factor influencing energy drink consumption among University Utara Malaysia students. A total of 150 respondents complete an online questionnaire via Google Form, and the data were analyzed using SPSS version 25. The chapter begins with a demographic analysis, followed by descriptive statistics and hypothesis testing using independent sample t-test, 1-way ANOVA, and multiple regression analysis. Okay, first, the demographic analysis shows that the majority of respondents were female, which is 78.7%. Age 21 until 23 years, which is 78%, and Malay 86%. Most respondents were Year 3 students, 61.3%, with the largest representation from the College of Business, 73.3%. Regarding financial support, the majority rely on PT/PTN loans, which is 54.7%, and 40% of respondents had a monthly income below RM300. This result provides a clear overview of the participant background and suggests that factors such as age, year of study, faculty, and financial support may influence energy drink consumption pattern. Okay, next, descriptive analysis of the main variable, income, price, and availability of substitute show mean value between 3.5 and 3.7, indicating moderate perception among respondents. Standard deviation range from 0.85 to 1.05, reflecting acceptable variability and consistent response across the sample. This demonstrates that students have moderate but stable perception regarding how income, price, and substitute affect their consumption of energy drink. Hypothesis testing begins with independent sample t-test to examine difference between male and female students. Results show no significant difference between gender in income level, price sensitivity, or the availability of substitute, as all p-value exceed 10%. This indicates that male and female students have similar perception and behaviors concerning energy drink consumption, consistent with prior studies showing that economic factor and substitute awareness do not differ significantly across gender. Next, one-way ANOVA was conducted to determine whether the primary source of financial support influenced perception of income, price, and substitute. Results show significant difference in income level and price factor, which is lower than 10%. So, they're suggesting that students funded by fixed loans such as PT, PTN, or MARA are more sensitive to income and pricing. However, there was no significant difference in perception of substitute, which is exceed 10%, indicating that awareness and usage of alternative drink are generally consistent regardless of financial support. Okay, finally, multiple regression analysis was performed to examine the combined effect of income, price, and substitute on energy drink demand. The model was significant with an F value of 37.883 and R squared of 0.438, meaning these three factors together explain 43% 0.8% of the variation in demand. Individually, income show a positive but not statistically significant effect, suggesting that higher income slightly increase consumption but does not strongly influence behavior. In contrast, price had a strong significant effects, indicate that a student perception of price directly impact their energy drink consumption. Similarly, the availability of substitute was significant, demonstrate that alternative drinks such as coffee, isotonic beverage and soda influence student choices. The constant value was negative 0.800, representing the baseline demand when all independent factors are zero. In summary, the findings indicate that price and the ability of substitute are the strongest determinant of energy drink consumption among UN students, while income plays a minor role. Gender does not significantly influence consumption, but financial support affects sensitivity to income and price. This result provides empirical support for the theory of demand, showing that students adjust their energy drink consumption based on price and available alternative, confirming that economic and market factors play a central role in consumption decision. Chapter 5 examines the perception and preference of UN undergraduate students regarding energy drink consumption. Although students generally view energy drink as unhealthy due to their high caffeine and sugar content, they continue to consume them because they are cheap, convenient, and provide quick energy. The finding shows that economic factors, particularly price and the availability of substitute, strongly influence consumption, while income level has little effects. Gender does not significantly affect this factor, suggesting that male and female students share similar financial constraints and decision-making patterns. However, the primary source of financial support does affect perception of price and income, with students relying on fixed allowance or loans showing higher price sensitivity, while substitute availability impact all students equally. The study also revealed that student consumption is highly influenced by market-related factors rather than personal income, highlighting the importance of pricing strategy and product availability on campus. UN management can use this insight to control consumption behavior by adjusting price, offering healthier alternatives, and regulating product availability. Despite its contribution, the study is limited by a small sample, gender imbalance, reliance on self-reported data, and unexplained variance in consumption behavior. Future research could explore seasonal consumption trends, faculty-specific difference, and include health awareness measures to improve explanatory power. Overall, the study successfully identifies the key economic factors affecting energy drink demand among students and provide practical guidance for campus management and future research.